Here we have an editor in his natural habitat. He has just about finished his project, looking proud and pleased. There is one final step. Just add some background music.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Crazy Wise Beast. I'm going to break my one rule, and that is the rule of talking about politics. We're going to talk about Bill C-11. What is Bill C-11? Bill C-11 is a bill that has been revised by the Canadian government to give the CRTC more power over your favorite content creator that is in Canada, or Canadian viewers, to tell them what is more Canadian, what is more Canadian content. I'll tell you what's more Canadian content. No one gives a damn. That is the Canadian content right there and then. Well, how's YouTube set up? YouTube is set up in such a way that if you like skateboarding, or you like sports, or you like how to make your own furniture, or cooking, you'll watch more of that. How the Canadian government wants it, if this bill does get passed, and it will set a precedent, folks, and that you have to watch more Canadian content, and it'll force your content creator to make more Canadian enough content. Well, your viewers will not like that, and they'll click out of it, because nobody likes watching videos about other people's countries that much. Because if it was true, why isn't the YouTube recommended page more about other people's countries, and why they should watch how they should be more appropriate? No, people like how they like to watch their content. And why is this a precedent, folks? Because other countries, I am telling you, their governments are watching right now how this bill is going to be played out, and they're going to implement their version of Bill C-11, and they're going to like how they're going to control their citizens as well. So what can you do as a citizen of the world, or a Canadian citizen? Well, there are two websites I got right now that you can do, that you can voice your concerns against the Canadian government. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, you're going to have to go to Digital First Canada, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go in one of three categories: a concerned Canadian content creator, or a concerned Canadian citizen, or I'm a concerned global citizen. So what do you do as a Canadian citizen or a concerned Canadian citizen content creator? You're gonna have to give your first, your last name, your email address, your postal code. It applies for both of them. What happens if I'm a concerned global citizen? You're gonna have to give your email address, your first and last name. You're gonna have to send these you're gonna have to click send a letter, and it'll give you a representative of the Canadian government, as far as I can tell. And you're gonna have to tell them why you like to see this bill fixed and revised. Another website I found is Open Media, and they're gonna tell you how to fix Bill C-11, hands off our content. And what that's going to tell you is the same thing before, except you're going to have to go and give your first, last name, email address, and your postal code, send a letter, and it'll send a letter to, well, a Canadian official government representative, and tell them why you like to see this bill scrapped. Your government and everybody else is going to have to be vigilant in this. If you don't think Bill C-11 will not be passed, they're trying, the liberal government, or I like to say the dirty fucking government, because all government is, no matter what party, left or right, the same filthy shit for brains. They're the same fucking pieces of shit. So they're going to try rushing this bill before the next summer break. To be fair, I don't like politicians having breaks at all. I think they should have a break that is 2 seconds, literally, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. That's it. That's your break. Because you work for the citizens, you work for the countrymen, you don't have the right to get paid. You don't have the right to have a break, especially if you're trying taking people's free speech away to oblivion. You have the right then to have no breaks, nor the right to even have a washroom break. You have a break when you get off of work and you could go to the washroom. If you think that's mean, yeah, it's mean. Politicians are toilet paper. You use them. You wipe between your ass cheeks. You don't give a shit what their feelings are. You don't give a fuck if they're liberal or conservative. And I can understand why Justin Trudeau's government has been elected 3 times. Because there are, quite frankly, no good politicians in any of the other parties. What are you going to do? Vote for Andrew Scheer? No, you won't. Because Andrew Scheer is more of an idiot than anything else. And what are you going to do? Vote for the NDP? Jagmeet Singh? Jagmeet Singh's a pawn. He's a Ponzi. He's a fucking asshole. He's a disgrace to Sikhs. So yeah, that's true. So what are you going to have to do, folks? Well, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to, like I said, go to these sites. If you don't like just going to these sites, what you're going to have to go is to each and every single local Canadian government, politician's social media. You're going to have to go and tell them why you like this bill to be revised and scrapped. You're going to have to phone call them. You're going to have to go and be very nice to them. As much as you're going to have to hesitate to beat the shit out of them like a stupid animal, you're going to have to be nice to them for their once in their life, and you're going to tell them you're going to have 2 choices. 1, if this bill does get passed, you won't get my vote, and you could go fuck off and leave my country. 2, you could go and do the citizens road, which is you're going to revise this bill, you're going to scrap this bill, you're not going to bring it up again, you're going to get my vote. But do note this, sir or madam, if you abuse my words and you do not revise this bill, you will not get my vote. You'll show that democracy is a joke and nobody here in this country cares about us. Understand? You are elected officials. You have a responsibility. Act like one. If you're outside of Canada, you're going to have to be a crow and you have to caw at your government if they ever mention this bill or a special version of their bill because they want to voice their voice. They're not going to want to voice the citizens' voice. They don't want to voice the country's voice. They want to voice the government's voice. If you give politicians the right to say liberal or conservative or some other group, you already give them the win. You don't want to give them the win. You want to treat them like a dirty animal, like, well, a mutated animal from Chernobyl that is a fusion of a donkey, a horse, and a disgusting sheep, and a cockroach, and a centipede, and a jellyfish. And you don't like that. Well, they are like that. They are politicians. They're like that. They're gonna go into your head, and they're gonna slither in, and they're gonna infest your head. Never give them the power to give them what they want. Always give them no power. I'm sorry for the tangent, for the whole abhorrent language, but you're gonna have to be vigilant here, folks. There are gonna be more stupid people who are not gonna understand what the internet is, and they're gonna want to make the internet like radio. What is radio? Radio is boring. Nobody in the radio is good anymore. It's not like the golden age of radio where there's so many different people. They just voice their opinion. Go to your content creator, go subscribe to them, whatever social media they're using, or whatever platform they're more active in, because it will mean to them a lot. Tell them about Bill C-11, and if they're from another country, tell them to also be vigilant about their government, what they might do about their own version of Bill C-11. Educate them. Tell them about this. Tell them to look at other people's YouTube videos about Bill C-11 and tell them why they should scrap this bill. Sorry about this, and later, folks. Have a nice day or night. Bye.
Let's